Time is 10:43 a.m. Good morning. The news headline: Senator Orji Kalu in talks with U.S. Northern leaders seeks amnesty for detained IPOB members. The news in full. Senator Orji Kalu, who is the former governor of Abia State and chief whip of the Senate, is reportedly holding talks with northern leaders and key political figures in Washington, United States of America, seeking amnesty for detained members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. A northern leader who did not want his identity disclosed said that Kalu Orji a senator and one-time former governor of Abia State, has been talking to him and several other northern leaders on the need to grant amnesty to detained members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. The same source also revealed that it was the former governor and former director general of the Department of State Security, Lawan Daura, with the full consent of the federal government, that secured the release of the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, during his first arrest and detention. But Kanu could not keep to the terms of the release as he jumped bail and has been rearrested. Another source revealed that Kanu has been in Washington in the past 3 weeks, where he is holding different meetings with top officials of the United States on issues concerning IPOB. Attempts to unravel the discussion with U.S. officials was unsuccessful as lips were sealed on the issue. Sources at the presidential villa told our correspondent that the federal government is considering making the intelligence gathered on sponsorship of IPOB open. The publication of the list, which have all the transaction details between the sponsors and the IPOB, was earlier discouraged as it may further heighten tension in the already tensioned southeast. Recall that the Nigerian government had, through the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, said that France was the headquarters of IPOB's funding, but the European country said it has no knowledge of IPOB's presence in France. The federal government later reached out to France, explaining that it did not accuse the country of being the sponsors of Biafra, but that a large transfer of funds were made regularly from France to IPOB in Nigeria. It was learned that the federal government had asked the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit at the Central Bank of Nigeria to compile the needed information on the sponsors and hand it over to the French government. Because according to Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed, they said that the France is the headquarters of IPOB's funding, following the notion that a whole lot of funds and transfer were made from France to IPOB in Nigeria. The government will also write the Special Control Units Against Money Laundering, which is tasked with the mandate of supervising, monitoring and regulating designated non-financial institutions as regards compliance to Nigerians anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism. As soon as the Central Bank of Nigeria gathers and compiles the needed information about the sponsors and sends it to the French government, then it is most likely to understand better that the saying that France was the headquarters of IPOB might actually be true. However, the federal government still maintains the stand that they are not saying that France is actually the sponsor of Biafra in their country. A source who pleaded anonymity because he was not authorized by the government to speak on the issue yet said that the French government has reached out to Nigeria over the IPOB matter, and it said we should give it account details and any other evidence showing that France was where the majority of money that was being used to sponsor IPOB was from. And the analysis is quite not far-fetched. The indigenous people of Biafra, as we know, has been proscribed by the Nigerian government and has been getting a whole lot of arms. Most times when the military or security agencies goes to boost their hideouts and their camps, it is always noted that they are highly sophisticated arms being in the possession of the Eastern Security Network and the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in their camps and the likes, and where they get the fund they use to perpetrate, and to do whatever they want to do, is still what the government is trying to unravel. And a senator known to be Senator Orji Kalu, who happens to be a former governor of Abia State and also the chief whip of the Senate, was reportedly said to be holding talks with the northern leaders and key political figures in Washington, this United States of America, seeking amnesty for the detained members of IPOB and also Nnamdi Kalu. Nnamdi Kalu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra and also the founder of the ESN, Eastern Security Network, the militant arm of the indigenous people of Biafra. The senator was said to have been part of those who had met also with the former governor and then director of Department of State Security Lawan Daura, with the full consent of the government. The Kalu too was amongst those people who secured the release of Nnamdi Kanu before, at a particular point in time, he had once been arrested before, he fled. He jumped the bill and he fled away from the country after the first time that he had been arrested and granted bail on condition, and then he fled away. So as at that point in time, the first time, they were the people that secured his release with the consent of the federal government, and now that he has been rearrested again, the steps have been taken by Kalu, to secure another release, especially for other IPOB members that were being arrested. Although the source that disclosed this has pleaded that the identity should not be disclosed. And another source revealed that Kalu has been in Washington, United States of America, in the past 3 weeks, still on this same issue, holding meetings, but the US officials are still not yielding positive response as regards this. And it has been said, especially from the Minister of Information of Nigeria, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, where he said that France was the headquarters of the IPOB's funding. They receive money from there. However, they noted that they are not saying that France is the sponsor of Biafra, but they are saying that majority of the fund is coming from there, and they have sent the names, and the information of those people that are sending this money, transferring this money to the French government, and the French government are also, working on it so that they can get to know that the allegation was actually true and correct, that France is where enough funds or many funds are coming in for the operations of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. Thanks for listening. Good morning.